Hello viewers, welcome back to my channel Math Mola. Today we learn the nature of roots of a quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a not equal to 0. This is the general form of quadratic equation. And the general solution of this quadratic equation by Sridhar formula, that is x is equals to minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. The b square minus 4ac is define the nature of roots. So we call b square minus 4ac is discriminant, and this is denoted by d. Okay. Now case 1. If this discriminant is greater than 0, then the roots are, by Sridhar formula, alpha will be the positive sign and beta will be the negative sign. Now look, this number and this number are different because there is a plus sign and there is a minus sign. Then you get the two different roots. When discriminant greater than 0, that means under the root the number is positive. That means we get a real square root. That implies the roots of this equation will be real and different. Now if b square minus 4ac greater than 0, then the roots are real and different. Now remark number 1. If d is a perfect square number, then root d is a rational number. Then this numbers will be rational, and this also will be rational number if d is perfect square number. So remark 1, if d is a perfect square number, then roots are rational and different. Now if d is not a perfect square number, then like the value of d is 3, a equals to 1 and b equals to 2, then we get the value of alpha will be and the value of beta will be. If d is not a perfect square number, then the nature of roots will be like this. That means there is an irrational number. So whole roots is an irrational number. That implies, remark 2, if d is not a perfect square number, then the roots are irrational and different. And there is a note, if the roots are irrational, they must be conjugate irrational number. That means minus 2 plus root 3 by 2 and minus 2 minus root 3 by 2. That means there is a plus and minus, they are conjugate roots. Okay, now case 2. If the discriminant is equals to 0, then d is 0. That means the value of alpha will be minus b by 2a and beta will be similarly minus b by 2a. That means, look, they are real because b and a are real numbers, so this will be a real number. And the value of alpha and value of beta, they are equal. That means the two roots are real and equal. This is 1 and this is 2. Now case 3. If d b square minus 4ac less than 0, then the roots are same, alpha and beta, but the value of root d is not real number, because under the root d there is a negative number. So something root over minus 5, like this. So root over minus 5, this number is not a real number, because if we square this number, then we get minus 5. If the square of any number is positive, then the number is called real number. But the square of this number is equals to negative. That means this is not a real number. That means the two roots alpha and beta are not real root. And this is 1, 2 and this is 3. They are complex root. Same as irrational root. The complex root are conjugate complex root. Okay. We get 3 cases. Case 1, discriminant is greater than 0. That means the roots are real and different. Also we get if d is perfect square number, then the roots are rational and different. If d is not a perfect square number, then the roots are irrational and different. Rational and irrational both are real numbers. And case 2, d is equals to 0. That means the value of discriminant is equals to 0. Then we get the two roots are real and equal. And case 3, if the discriminant less than 0, then we get two roots are not real. Okay. Now look, alpha and beta two roots of this quadratic equation and alpha less than beta. Then since alpha and beta are two roots of this equation, that means we can express this equation as the product of two factors, that is x minus alpha into x minus beta is less than 0 if and only if alpha is less than x is less than beta. Number 2, x minus alpha into x minus beta is less equals to 0 if and only if alpha is less equals to x is less equals to beta. Okay. Number 3, if x minus alpha and x minus beta is greater than 0 if and only if x is less than alpha and x is greater than beta. Now number 4, x minus alpha and x minus beta is greater or equal to 0 if and only if x is less than or equal to alpha and x is greater than or equal to beta. That's it. If this is alpha and this is beta, the x lies between alpha and beta if the product of them is less or equal to 0. If the product of them greater equal to 0, then x is lies less than alpha and x is lies greater than beta. That's it. Now we solve some important sums from the book Emil Agarwal exercise 5.4. Now we solve sum number 1. Find the nature of roots. The first question is 2x square minus 3x plus 5 equals to 0. And the second question 2x square minus 6x plus 3 equals to 0. And the third question 3x square minus 4 root 3x plus 4 equals to 0. So to find the nature of roots of these equations. For finding the nature of roots, first we find the discriminant of these equations. So the discriminant for the first equation, if we compare this equation with the general form, then we get a is equals to the coefficient of x square, that is 2, and b is equals to the coefficient of x, that is minus 3, and c equals to the constant term 5. Okay. Then the discriminant d is equals to b square minus 4ac. This is equals to minus 3 whole square minus 4 into 2 into 5. This is equals to 9 minus 40. This is equals to minus 31. Now look, the discriminant is negative 31. And that means the discriminant is less than 0, negative. Now from the third case, the roots are not real roots. So two roots are not real. Okay. Now what is the second equation? Here a equals to 2, b equals to minus 6 and c equals to 3. And the discriminant d is equals to b square minus 4ac, that is minus 6 square minus 4 into 2 into 3, that is 36 minus 24, that is 12, which is greater than 0. Now look, the discriminant is greater than 0 only. For the first case, we can say the roots are real and different. Okay. Also we can say the roots are irrational roots because the discriminant is 12, which is not a perfect square number. That means the roots are irrational different roots. Okay. Now for the third equation, a is equals to 3, b is equals to minus 4 root 3 and c equals to 4 given, and the discriminant b is equals to b square minus 4ac, that is minus 4 root 3 whole square minus 4 into 3 into 4. This is equals to, if we square this number, then minus minus will be plus, and 4 root 3 whole square, that means 4 fours are 16 and root 3 square means 3. 16 into 3, that is 48 minus 4 3s are 12, 12 4s are 48 also. Now look, 48 minus 48, that is 0. The discriminant is equals to 0. That means for the second case, the roots are real and equal. So the roots are real and equal. That's it. Now we solve sum number 4. Without solving the following quadratic equations, find the value of p for which the given equations have real and equal roots. Look, the given equations have real and equal roots. That means the discriminant of these equations is equals to 0. Let's solve. Now if we comparing this equation with the general form, then a is equals to p, b is equals to minus 4 and c equals to 3. Now since the roots are real and equal, then we can say the discriminant equals to 0. That is b square minus 4ac is equals to 0. That implies b square, that is minus 4 whole square minus 4 into p into c, that is 3, is equals to 0. That implies 16 minus 12p is equals to 0. That is 12p is equals to 16. That is p is equals to 16 by 12. Now we cancel this by 4. This is 4 and this is 3. That implies p equals to 4 by 3. So the value of p is equals to 4 by 3. That's it. Now for the second equation. Now comparing this equation with the general form, then we get a equals to 1, b is equals to p minus 3 and c equals to p. Given since the roots are real, that is discriminant is equals to 0. That implies b square minus 4ac equal to 0. That implies b square, that is p minus 3 whole square minus 4 into 1 into p is equals to 0. That implies p minus 3 whole square, that is a minus b whole square, that is a square minus 2 into p into 3 plus p square minus 4p is equals to 0. That implies p square, this is minus 6p minus 4p plus 9 equal to 0. That implies p square minus 10p plus 9 is equals to 0. Now we solve this quadratic equation by middle term method. P square minus 9p minus p plus 9 is equals to 0. That implies p minus 9 and this is p minus 1 is equals to 0. That implies either p is equals to 9 or p is equals to 1. That's it. Now we solve sum number 6. Find the values of m for which x squared plus 2 of m minus 1x plus m plus 5 is equals to 0 has equal roots. Let's solve this sum. Now comparing this equation with the general form, that is we get a is equals to 1, b is equals to 2 of m minus 1 and c equals to m plus 5. Since the roots are equal roots, therefore discriminant is equals to 0. That implies b square minus 4ac is equals to 0. That implies b square, that is 2 of m minus 1 whole square minus 4 into a, that is 1 into c, that is m plus 5 is equals to 0. Now 2 of m minus 1 whole square, that is we can write 4 into m minus 1 whole square minus 4 of m plus 5 is equals to 0. Now 4 is the common, taking it out, then it will be m minus 1 whole square minus m plus 5 is equals to 0. Now m minus 1 whole square, that is m square minus 2m plus 1 minus m minus plus minus minus 5 is equals to 0. That implies m square minus 2 minus 1, that is minus 3m plus 1 minus 5, that is minus 4 is equals to 0. Now solve this equation by middle term method, and this is equals to m square minus 4m plus m minus 4 equal to 0. That implies from the first two terms m is common, that is m minus 4, and for the second term 1 is common, that is m minus 4 equals to 0. Now from these two terms m minus 4 is common and the rest are m plus 1. So that implies either m minus 4 equal to 0 or m plus 1 equal to 0. That implies m equals to 4 and that implies m equals to minus 1. So the values of m are 4 and minus 1. That's it. Now we solve sum number 8. If minus 5 is a root of the quadratic equation 2x squared plus px minus 15 is equals to 0, and the quadratic equation p of x squared plus x plus k is equals to 0 has equal roots, find the value of k. Now for the first condition, minus 5 is a root of this equation. That means minus 5 satisfied this equation. Since minus 5 is a root of 2x square plus px minus 15 equal to 0, therefore we can say 2 of minus 5 whole square plus p into minus 5 minus 15 equal to 0. That is 2 into 25. This is plus minus minus 5p minus 15 equal to 0. 2 into 25, that is 50 minus 15 minus 5p equal to 0. That implies 5p is equals to minus 35. Now that implies p is equals to 35 by 5. That is p is equals to 7. Now we substitute this value of p in this equation. Then we get, that is 7 of x square plus x plus k is equal to 0. That implies 7x square plus 7x plus k is equals to 0. Now look in the questions, it has equal roots. Okay, that means the discriminant of this equation is 0. Therefore, discriminant equals to 0. That implies b, that means 7 square minus 4 into a, that is 7 into c, that is k, is equals to 0. That implies 49 minus 28k is equals to 0. That is k is equals to 49 by 28. You can cancel this by 7. This is 7 and this is 4. So the value of k is equals to 7 by 4. That's it. Now we solve sum number 10. Find the least positive value of k for which the equation x square plus kx plus 4 equals to 0 has real root. First we have to know for real roots, only for real roots. That means there is two cases, case 1 and case 2. For case 1, the roots are real and different, and for case 2, the roots are real and equal. For both cases, the roots are real. When the roots are real, then the discriminant greater and equal to 0. Let's solve this sum. Now comparing this equation with the general form, that is a equals to 1, b is equals to k and c equals to 4. Since roots are real, therefore discriminant is greater and equal to 0. That implies b square minus 4ac greater equal to 0. That implies b square, that means k square minus 4 into 1 into 4 is greater equal to 0. That implies k square minus 16 greater equal to 0. That implies k square minus 4 square greater equal to 0. That means k plus 4, k minus 4 greater equal to 0. This is k minus of minus 4 and this is k minus 4 is greater equal to 0. If the product of two numbers is greater equal to 0, that means the value of k is less than the smallest number and the value of k is greater than the greatest number. Now that implies k is less equals to minus 4 and k is greater equal to 4. Now when k is less equals to minus 4, that means the value of k is minus 4 and less than minus 4 up to infinity. And when k is greater equal to 4, that means the value of k is plus 4 or greater than 4 up to positive infinity. Now we have to find the least positive value. For positive value, we take this condition because all the value of k for this condition is positive and all the value of k for this condition is negative. So the least value, that means the lowest value of k, the k greater equal to 4, that means the lowest value of k is 4. So the least positive value of k is equals to 4. That's it. In the next video, I will discuss some important word problem sums. If you like this video, don't forget to do like, share and comment. If you newcomers in my channel, please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon. Thank you for watching.